Naranjana Yashodanandana Prajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radhamada Kunjavihari Jaya Jaya Madhava Kunjavihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjavihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Prajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Prajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Prajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jai Guru Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Pariva Jagatacharya Hastu Tarasata Shri Srimati Divine Grace Srila Bhakti A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Jagat Guru A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stuttarasita Sishimadi Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Kuri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Kura Ki Jai. Prem to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Seva Sadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shama Radha Kunda Giri Gauravan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadu Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganges Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gauda Premanandi. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories. Assembled devotees. All glories. All glories. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prithya Bhutale Sumati Bhakti Tirtha Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Gaura Karuna Sakti Bhakti Tirtha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jnana Chakshuram Vitam Jana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stavitam Jana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadati Swapadantikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagat Pate Govis Hagovika Kantara Kantana Vitapta Kanchana Gorangira Dev Vrindavani Swari Vrisavanu Sudhi Devi Pranamam Hari Priya Panchakal Patarivya Chakripa Sundivya Vichapajitana Bhavitmiyo Vaishnavya Panchatattvamakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Shurvakam Bhaktavatam Bhaktakinami Bhakti Saktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Grant al Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, we continue our discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4. We'll continue from text 17. Text 17. Yes, text 17. That is where we are. Text 17. Vasudeve Bhagavati Tad Bhakti Sucha Sadhushun Prapto Bhavam Param Vishwam Yenidam Lokstavat Smritam. Yes, please.
Yes, Hare Krishna. 17, text 17.
Yes.
Maharaj Ambarish was a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva and of the saintly persons who are the Lord's devotees. Because of this devotion, he thought of the entire universe as being as insignificant as a piece of stone.
Very nice. In this section, we are looking at the qualities, activities, and the renunciation of Ambarish Maharaj. He thought of the entire universe as being as insignificant as a piece of stone. That is a very high vision. Very high. Now we're looking at his qualities. His qualities 18 to 20. Qualities. Yes, read. Next one.
18 to 20. Maharaj Ambarisha always engaged his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna. His words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleansing the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna or about Krishna. He engaged his eyes in seeing the beauty of Krishna, Krishna's temples and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavan, He engaged his sense of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulasi offered to the Lord, and he engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasada. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord, his head in bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaj Ambarish never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So many qualities of Ambarish Maharaj. What's the first one? Sabai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo. That's the first one. Ambarish's mind is engaged in meditating on Krishna's lotus feet. Constantly. That's how he engages his mind. Krishna asks us to do what? Mad Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto Mad Yaji Mam Namaskuru. Ambarish Maharaj is very mindful that his mind was not engaged in anything else. The best way to use the mind. Always think of Krishna. Second quality, Vacham Si Vaikunta Gunanu Varanane.
Talking of the glories of the Lord.
His words in glorifying Krishna's qualities. Krishna has unlimited qualities. That means that Ambarish Maharaj is so an exalted devotee that he never talked Prajalpa. He never said anything which is not connected with Krishna. That's the best way to use the tongue. The words. The word which is spoken by devotees should be carrying Krishna. The word should carry Krishna. It's just Krishna. Anything else is Prajalpa. It's useless. We imperceptibly destroy our lives by speaking on things which are not related to Krishna. But Ambarish Maharaj, his word is only about Krishna. He talks about Krishna. We have a great personality like Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri, he doesn't keep servant with him. He travels alone. He lives alone. He is not lonely. He is not lonely. Why? Because he's fully Krishna conscious. He's fully Krishna conscious. And Prabhupada said in Bhagavad Gita 270, that's the proof of a man in Krishna consciousness. The proof of a man in Krishna consciousness that he is full to the brim. There's no space for Maya, no space for anything. That's the proof of a man in Krishna consciousness. And Ambarish Maharaj is like this. And Madhavendra Puri, so he's not lonely, but he lives alone. Why? He does not want to hear anything which is not Krishna conscious. He won't talk anything which is not Krishna conscious. Zero. Do you see that? This devotee, when you say Mat Para Bhakta, Mat Para, it's Ambarish Maharaj. 70. So we have many exalted devotees like this who the only thing that comes from their mouth is Krishna. Yes. Yes, Prabhupada said, desires may come to him like the waters of the rivers that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities and he is not even slightly disturbed by desire for sense gratification. Prabhupada said, that is the proof of a man in a Christian conscious man, one who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present. A devotee is not like a stone. A devotee is not a stone. There's feelings. If there is feelings, so many unnecessary things will come. But a devotee has created a wall demarcating him or her from anything which is not Krishna conscious. That is Bhagavad-gita 270, properly speaking. That is the proof of a Christian conscious man. Who is that? One who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present. Why? Because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He can remain steady like the ocean, Samudra. That's a devotee. Ambarish Maharaj. Yes. The next quality, Karo Hare Mandira Marajana Dishu. What is that? What is that? The next one?
His hands in cleansing the temple.
His hands in cleansing the Lord's temple. Yes. So, Ambarish Maharaj, working senses, the sense perception, and knowledge acquiring senses, they are all fully engaged. All are engaged. Shrutim Chakra Chuta Sat Kato Daye. Next. What is that? Sat Kato Daye.
Here in hearing narrations about Krishna.
Yes, his ears are fully engaged in hearing about Krishna. The ears is hearing about Krishna. In other words, devotees should not be engaged in politics, in sports. Politics is sport. Anything. And I do have to. They're laughing. No mixture. There's no mixture. Now the Modi told yesterday, Krishna consciousness is so pure that anything that comes in anything contrary comes, it will react in many forms. Anything. The moment anything which is not Krishna conscious, even if it look like Krishna, it will be detected immediately. It will be detected by pure devotee. So devotees should not speak about politicians or politics. We can expose their deviations to devotees to understand. That's what we can do. So that we know their falsity. We can guide ourselves from their nonsense. That much we can do, not more than that. Somebody is teaching this. So his mind, his word, his hands, his ears, Mukunda Lingalaya, Darasene Drisho. Drisha. Drisha. Next one. Speak now. I'm waiting for you.
Engaged his eyes as seeing the deity of Krishna.
Yes. The eyes. Seeing the deities of Krishna. That's all.
Oh Maharaj, Krishna's temples and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavan.
Yes. So devotee live in Mathura, we live in Vrindavan. All ISKCON temple is Mathura, Vrindavan. So the deities are there. So we are always seeing. Always. We should see the deities everywhere, every day. Every day. This is how we should train our eyes. We should train our eyes to be always attracted to Krishna. Always attracted to Krishna. And nothing else. Everything else will be ugly. Everything else will be ugly. That's what Maitreya Muni said in the third canto. In the third canto, we are already past third canto. He said this material is ugly. The only thing that makes the material beautiful is devotees of Krishna. Apart from the devotees of Krishna, the material is ugly. There is nothing here to see. A devotee will see Krishna only. Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Yes, a devotee will not enter the street and close the eyes. That is not the way. You will not close our eyes. It will fall down. But we should train the mind that the mind does not see the material world. The mind should see only Krishna. Then the eyes will not see external things. If the mind is seeing the material world, even if you close the eye, you will see everything. But if the mind is not seeing the material world, even if the eyes is open, you won't see anything. Because there's nothing to see but Krishna and Krishna's devotees. This is the teachings of Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj is teaching us. Tad Britya Gatra Sparsa Anga Sangamam. Next one.
Maharaj, he engaged his sense of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees.
Yes. Yes. That is association. That is association. Touch the bodies of Krishna devotees. Krishna devotees. And the Pujari touch the body of the deities every day. When you get to 11th canto, you'll see Krishna is teaching Uddhava that a devotee should carry him. It's wonderful. Krishna gave us a perfect vision to have. What's the perfect vision? In the 11th canto, Krishna said, and Jiva Goswami is giving an explanation. You are deities. You are deities you worship in a temple. The temple deities, whatever you are worshipping, we should always see them in the front. You should see them behind. You should see them above. You should see them below. You see them left and the right. This is how we should see the deity. This is the vision the devotees should have. And see the deities. All directions. Above, below, front, back, left, right. That's how to see. In deity worship. Krishna explained that in 11th canto. So the senses are, yes, the sense of touch. It touches devotees body. Or Krishna's paraphernalia for his worship. When we are engaged in brushing, in polishing Krishna's paraphernalia for his worship. That is the best way of using the senses. Nice. So Ambari Maharaj is so engrossed in this. Granam chatat pada Sorajo Sorabhe Srimat Tulasya. Srimat Tulasya. Srimat Tulasya. Srimat Tulasya. Next. Don't like Tulsi Devi?
Yes, Maharaj. Then he engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulsi offered to the Lord.
Yes. Yes. And the incense we offer, the flowers we offer, perfume. Yes. I have perfume for my deities. I put some perfume. What is that? Sandalwood powder. Sandalwood powder. So when I put in a deity to rest, we spread it there on the flower bed. And the flower bed is there, and it's just spread. Sandalwood paste, very fragrant. It's like how you can approach Goswami, say, Srimati Radharani's sweet smelling night dress. Sweet smell night dress. When I went to bed high in the morning, it's fragrant, sweet smelling. Right? When you put sandalwood, aguru, musk, and rose, how will it be? Yeah, that is sweet smelling. That is sweet smelling. So Krishna will enjoy the night pastimes. So what will happen to a devotee who is making this tasty arrangement for Radha and Krishna, the gopis and the gopas? What will happen to such a devotee who is making tasty arrangement for Krishna and the associate enjoyment? What will happen to that devotee? What will happen to that devotee who is making tasty arrangement? Pandava Saki Kripade. Yes.
Yes, Maharaj, he'll get the mercy of the lordships. His contamination will be removed. He'll get purified. And obviously he'll experience the bliss of the blessings and mercy of the lordships and Vaishnavas.
Yes. If you make somebody happy, if you make somebody happy, will you be sad? Will you be sad? If you make somebody happy, make somebody smile, will you be sad?
Maharaj, no.
You yourself will smile because that is what you offer. So when we make Krishna and his associate happy, how will a devotee be morose? How can a devotee be sad? How can a devotee be burnt out? How? It is not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Because the protection and the satisfaction of a devotee start the very moment one starts devotional service. The very moment, not when you attain perfection. Right from the beginning, the moment we start Krishna consciousness, that is the beginning of the protection and satisfaction. So a devotee cannot be morose, a devotee cannot be sad, a devotee cannot be burnt out, a devotee cannot be, they say, depressed. Yes, no. A devotee cannot be. If we experience all these things, means that we are not following these things. We are not following. That's the sign. Everything is so clear. Whatever we do, we get the result. Very clear. So yes, the sense of smell is engaged in smelling the tulasi offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. The incense offered to the Lord. Flowers offered to the Lord. So Rupa Goswami mentioned in Nectar of Devotion, odorless flowers should not be offered to Krishna. Odorless. They are not suitable offering to the Lord. It's sweet smelling. You should offer sweet smelling substances to Krishna. How do you feel when you are before very attractive and fragrant prasadam? How do you feel? Immediately want to eat it. Immediately want to eat. Because it becomes an appetizer. Yes. The next one is Rasanam Tad Arpite. Right? Rasanam Tad Arpite. Arpita is arpita.
Testing Lord Prasadam.
Huh?
Tongue testing the Lord Prasadam.
Yes. What is arpita? Arpita means what? What is arpita?
Offering to the Lord.
Yes, offering. Yes, we offer. What do we offer? Tasty prasada. Tasty offering. So in other words, a devotee's life is what? A devotee's life is an offering to Krishna. Devotee's life is an offering to Krishna. Therefore, we should be careful with what we are offering to Krishna. We should look at the quality of what we are offering to Krishna, because that is what we are going to get back. If we offer passionate, you get back passionate prasada. If we offer you get back ignorant remnant. If you offer goodness, you get back good prasada. Whatever we offer, that's what we get. Pado Hare Chitra Padanu Sarpane. Padanu Sarpane. Next one. Pad. Padanu Sarpane.
Engage his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord.
Yes. Our legs should not take us anywhere, but the holy places, the places of pastimes, that is where our feet should take us to. All of our pure devotees, he said, our legs should not take us anywhere outside Vrindavan. That means you don't go anywhere which is not the holy place of Krishna. Okay. Otherwise, you crush the leg with a sledgehammer. He used a sledgehammer to smash our legs. It doesn't take us anywhere but the holy places, the temples of Krishna. Very good. And next is Shiro Hrishikesha Padabi Bandhane. Next.
His head in going down
Yes.
before the Lord.
Yes. Offering obeisances. Our heads should be used in offering obeisances. Now we are seeing so many devotees are very busy, so busy that we find it difficult to offer obeisances. Devotees are so busy, so advanced, that obeisance is a waste of time. But Ambarish Maharaj, yes, Pandavasaki Kripa Devi.
Maharaj, may I please ask a question?
Please, go ahead.
Maharaj, like I just heard you said that we should be very careful in offering what we offer to Krishna.
Yes.
Of course, Maharaj, this is very important that we should do it in complete Sattvagun. Maharaj, but at times, so the question arises is that if somebody is offering it in with other feelings, but Krishna is so merciful, why does he not convert that mood of ignorance or passion to goodness and return it back, Maharaj?
Thank you for that. If Krishna is so merciful, so kind, that does not give us the right to misbehave. We don't go to the king and misbehave and say, oh, you are my father, you are a king, so I can do nonsense. He will not take it. He will not say, okay, you nonsense child. Nobody wants to have a nonsense child. We want to have a responsible children. So we should not misbehave because Krishna is very kind. So Krishna take offenses. It's only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath doesn't take offenses. But still, we are careful in whatever we offer because that is the way things are arranged. And by the way, we shouldn't remain irresponsible children all the time. We shouldn't remain irresponsible children. When are we going to become mature children that will function nicely? So we don't become. We should not make our gurus babysitters. If we make our guru babysitters, when will he leave the body? He will leave the body when he has seen. He has children, not babies. He has children who can continue with what he established. So we want responsible children. Yes, the Lord is very merciful, very kind, but He will not be kind to whimsical acts. Mistake is okay, but the mistake is not something we should repeat regularly. If you repeat regularly, you don't make a mistake, it's deliberate. So yes, the Christian, they have them, oh, Jesus is so merciful, so I can remain doing nonsense. You are so merciful, my Lord, so merciful. Don't take my action seriously. But that is not responsible life. Anandula Prabhu.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj,
Yes.
we are offering the food to Lord.
Yes.
What we desire, not desire, for eating only the food. How Maharaj is considered? We are always cooking for our desire, what we like, we will cook and offer to Krishna.
Yes.
We not what Krishna like.
Ah.
How this?
Yeah, that is the beginning. Rupa Goswami said that we should offer the food we like, we should offer that to Krishna. Why he said that? This is intelligence. This is Rupa Goswami's intelligence. They are not conditioned souls. They know everything. You see, if you are going to kitchen to cook for yourself or cook for somebody you loved, it's a different mentality. If you are cooking for sale or you're cooking for a master, it's a different mentality. So Rupa Goswami knows that. It's a diplomat, so he knows that. Therefore, he said we should cook our favorite food for Krishna. Why? Because we put our effort into it. Because we are going to eat that, so we put our effort into it. That's the beginning. When we become mature children, now we should cook what Krishna wants to eat and be satisfied with that remnant. That's maturity. Maturity. Not cooking only the thing we want to eat, but cooking what Krishna wants to eat. Krishna will be happy to eat. That's what we should cook. That's maturity. All right?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. So yes, we offer our head, bow down, offer obeisances to Krishna the Lord. Yes. Kamam cha dasyenatu kama kamyaya. Ambarish Maharaj. Go ahead. Let's move forward.
All his desires in serving the Lord.
Yes. Very good. All he desire is to serve the Lord. That's what we're saying. All he desire is to serve the Lord, to please the Lord. This is love. This is what we call love. Pure love means what? I want to please you. I want to make you happy. I want to make you enjoy. I want to give you enjoyment. Not that I want to take from you, but I want to give you enjoyment. This is pure love. This is embarrassment. That's what you're doing. Jato tamas loka janashraya ratihi.
Develop attachment for the Lord.
Yes. Yes. Janashraya rati. Attachment for the Lord. This is what is the life of Ambarish Maharaj. Yes. How do we get all these things? How do we get this thing? How do we get them?
By chanting.
Okay.
Mind meditating, the tongue is playing, chanting, hearing is hear the mantra.
Good. So Papa said,
Also taking devotees.
yes, good. Good. Papa said it is not possible, however, to train oneself without guidance from the spiritual master. Therefore, according to the instructions of Srila Rupa Goswami, the first business of a devotee is to accept a bona fide spiritual master. Yes. Who can train him to engage his various senses in rendering transcendental service to the Lord. That is the process. In other words, if one wants to understand the Supreme Personality of God in completeness, one must follow the prescriptions given by Krishna by following in the footsteps of Ambarish Maharaj. It is said, Hrisikena Hrisikesa Sevanam Bhakti Uchate. Bhakti means to engage the senses in a service of the master of the senses, Krishna, who is called Hrisikes or Achyuta. Text 21.
Translation. In performing his prescribed duty as a king, Maharaja Amrish always offered the results of his royal activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is the enjoyer of everything and is beyond the perceptions of material senses. He certainly took advice from the Brahmanas who were faithful devotees of the Lord, and thus he ruled the planet Earth without difficulty.
Very good. He ruled the world without difficulty. So in this verse, Ambarish Maharaj taught us how to rule. How to rule perfectly. Prabhupada said, actually in the purport, in modern times, there are legislative assemblies whose members are authorized to make laws for the welfare of the state. But according to this description of the kingdom of Maharaj Ambarish, the country or the world should be ruled by a chief executive whose advisors are all devotees. They are all devotee brahmanas. Such advisors or members of the Legislative Assembly should not be a professional politicians, nor should they be selected by the ignorant public. Rather, they should be appointed by the king. When the king, the executive head of the state, is a devotee and he follows the instructions of devotee brahmanas in ruling the country, everyone will be peaceful and prosperous. Citizens under the guidance of a Krishna conscious king will become devotees. And then there will be no more, they will not need to enact new laws every day to reform the way of life in the state. If the citizens are trained to become devotees, they will automatically become peaceful and honest. And if they are guided by a devoted king, advised by devotees, the state will not be in the material world but in the spiritual world. All the states of the world should therefore follow the ideals of the rule or administration of Maharaj Ambarish as described here. Are all of us devotees following everything as it is? All the devotees is going to follow everything as it is? All devotees.
We'll try, Maharaj.
Thank you for that. We try. Please keep trying. Keep trying. So keep trying. Yes. It is difficult. It is difficult because our attachment to the material thing of Krishna is very, very strong. Therefore, it makes us very dull to spiritual things. That's the problem. Yes, 22.
22.
Yes.
In desert countries where there flowed the river Saraswati, Maharaj Ambarish performed great sacrifices like the Ashwamedha Yajna and thus satisfied the master of all Yajnas, the Supreme Person of Godhead. Such sacrifices were performed with great opulence and suitable paraphernalia and with contributions of dakshina to the Brahmanas who were supervised great personalities like Vashishta, Asita, Gautama, representative of the king, the performer of the sacrifices.
Very good. So Ambarish Maharaj has gone to River Saraswati, at the bank of River Saraswati, and there he performed very severe austerity. Performed a Ekadasi, a Dwadasi. Ekadasi and a Dwadasi. 2 days. And in 2 days he was not eating. He was not eating. Seal them out. Without properly performed jagyas to satisfy the supreme personality of Godhead, there will be scarcity of rain. Jagad Bhavati Parjanya. Therefore, the performance of jagya is essential. It's essential. Without jagya, there will be a scarcity of rain. And because of this scarcity, no food grains will be produced. And there will be famines. It is the duty of the king, therefore, to perform different types of jagyas, such as Aswamedha Jagya, to maintain the production of food grains. Anarbhavati Putani. Without food grains, both men and animals will starve. Therefore, jagya is necessary for the state to perform, because by jagya the people in general will be fed sumptuously. The brahmanas and the Yajika priests should be sufficiently paid for their expert service. This payment is called dakshina. Ambarish Maharaj is the head of the state. Perform all these jagyas through great personalities like Vasistha, Gautam, and Asita. Personally, however, he was engaged in devotional service as mentioned before. Sabai mana Krishna padara vindayon. The king or head of state must see that things go on well under proper guidance, and he must be an ideal devotee as exemplified by Maharaj Ambarish. It is the duty of the king to see that food grains are produced, even in desert countries. What to speak of elsewhere? So Ambarish Maharaj was an ideal king, and he was sure that he did everything perfectly. Everything perfectly. To be a leader, it requires a heavy responsibility that we are going to take a great risk. We're going to make a lot of sacrifice to make something happen. Ambarish Maharaj is qualified administrator, so he's ruling perfectly, doing this jagya according to the scripture, and he has all the qualified Gautam, Asita, Vasishtha Muni to guide him, to direct him. But such an able cabinet members, he must succeed. He must succeed. 23. Who is reading? Go ahead.
Yes. In the sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Ambrisha, the members of the assembly and the priests, especially Hota, Udgada, Brahma, and Authority, were gorgeously dressed, and they all looked exactly like demigods. They eagerly saw to the proper performance of the yajna.
Very good. 24.
The citizens of the state of Maharaj Ambrisha were accustomed to chanting and hearing about the glorious activities of the personality of Godhead. Thus, they never aspired to be elevated to the heavenly planets, which are extremely dear even to the demigods.
Wonderful. So Papa said, a pure devotee who has been trained in the practice of chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord and his fame, qualities, form, paraphernalia, and so on, he is never interested in elevation to the heavenly planet, even though such places are extremely dear even to the demigods. This is a statement by Lord Shiva. Narayana para sarve na kutaschana bibyati swarga pavarga narakeshu apitu larta darshana. Devotee is solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of God and Narayana. Never fear any condition of life. Never. Because the Lord is there behind them, giving full protection. So devotees are fearless. The heavenly planet, liberation, and the hellish planet are all the same to a devotee. But wherever a devotee is, a devotee is carrying Krishna in the heart. So wherever a devotee is, so Krishna is there. So what is the question of hell and heaven? It does not exist for a devotee. A devotee is always in Vaikuntha, in the Vaikuntha consciousness. It doesn't make any difference. A devotee is always situated in the spiritual world. Yes. Therefore, he does not desire anything. He is known as akam, or desireless, because he has nothing to desire except to render transcendental living service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Maharaj Ambarish was a most exalted devotee of the Lord, he trained his subject in such a way that the citizens in his state were not interested in anything material, including even the happiness of the heavenly planet. Yes, you know You know a pure devotee, through his followers. You know a pure devotee through his followers. You know a good leader through the followers. You know a good master through the servants. You know a good parent through the children. How? They will train whoever is under them perfectly, that they will act perfectly. So a good leader is not one who knows how to manage things. A good leader who knows how to make leaders. Like if someone is fortunate, a fortunate person will make many other people fortunate like him. That's how you know someone is fortunate. That person will make others fortunate. So a person who is a good leader, he must make other good leaders. He must train. And Bharat Maharaj had trained the citizen to become good conscious. He has no interest in material life. They also have no interest. That is the training he gave to them. And that is the result. If you see in our Hare Krishna temple, if the temple president is a Sankirtan devotee, it will be a Sankirtan temple. If he is a Harinam devotee, it will be Harinam temple. If he is a fundraiser devotee, all the devotees in the temple will be fundraisers. That is a sentiment that is going to spread throughout the environment. And if you're not interested in all these things, you go to the temple, nothing will happen. It will be management in the mode of ignorance. Management in the mode of ignorance. People are not interested in jap, in hearing, doing service. They're not attracted. It's the reflection of the leader. Every temple will have the reflection of the leader. As Bharat Maharaj, all the citizens, because Maharaj Ambara was the most exalted devotee of the Lord, he trained his subject in such a way that the citizens in his state were not interested in anything material, including even the happiness of heavenly. They were not interested. It is not their interest. This is how you know a leader. Yes. The followers will resemble him. Children should resemble the parent. If the child doesn't resemble the parent, there is suspicion that maybe the woman is not chaste. If it's chaste, the children will resemble the parent. They look like the father or the mother or any member of the family. They should, maybe the grandfather or grandmother. They should have some trait of their qualities. Okay. We can take break now. 10 minutes. And we'll continue after that. Hare Krishna.
Recording stopped.